Because did you not drink up?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And y'all already know what today is. Today is Sunday, the time for and the day for Walking Dead to come on. Before I get into the review, I need you guys to subscribe. Why? Because it's free to do. Click that thumbs up button and retweet or tweet this particular review to the cast of The Walking Dead. They all film and work in Atlanta. So shout out to the cast of Walking Dead, the top one number show in the world on television, for me anyway. We start this episode entitled Them off with them scouring and looking for water or some kind of food, something of substance, something resembling great taste. It's been a day and a half. They haven't drinking any water. They haven't eaten any food. And they are looking defeated. They are looking fatigued, tired, drained. This episode starts off with Maggie crying. And, I mean, we know Beth is no longer. Beth made her comeback in Tyrese's visions before death. But Beth is no longer. And I think she's going through a lot. She's digesting a lot in her brain right now. And you have a zombie walking up, you know, behind her. And she just nonchalantly gets up, takes out a butter knife and stabs the zombie in the head. And the zombie dies. She crouches back down and she cries. Then we see palms going through like this thick, muddy dirt. And the palms and the hands are looking for a worm. It grabs a worm, picks up the worm, looks at the worm, and then the hand brings the worm to a mouth, and it's Daryl's mouth, and Daryl eats the worm. The fuck? And then we join Sasha, who's kicking around in what appears to be a piece of land where water used to be. Water is no longer there. The ground is wet though, but she's kicking at the dirt hoping to find some kind of water. Nothing's there. She comes up to a lot of dead frogs just laid out belly up on the ground, and she's like, what's going on? Like, you know, she has this perplexed look on her mind, like, what the hell is going on? And she kicks at the ground. Nothing happens. Okay, so the three of them, Daryl, Maggie, and Sasha, are defeated. They're going back to the van, which appears to look like 25 people waiting for them. I'm like, damn, how many people is left in this crew? Everybody's done. Are they killing everybody off? Now I'm not as shocked as to the reason why everyone is dying, because this group is too large. It's way too many people in this group. But anyway, it looked like it was 19 of the mugs. But they walking back, and you know, Maggie's like, how much longer do we have left? And Sasha's like, 60 miles. And Maggie's like, that's not what I'm talking about. A day, it's been more than a day and a half, no food, no water. They have the baby, they have Carl, they have Noah. I mean, what is about to happen in this particular episode? Okay, so the dynamic is completely changed. It's been 3 weeks. Y'all know when I do these live reviews, I have to keep coming back and forth because it's been 3 weeks since Atlanta. Okay, 3 weeks since Beth has been killed. And they all look gone. Like, it's really, really bad. Even Daryl doesn't have any, it's like when Daryl and Beth were together, how Daryl lost himself. I feel that particular Daryl is coming back, because even when talking to Rick is completely positive and optimistic. He looks up at a clear, bright sky, a sunny sky, and says it's gonna rain soon. What? Little Judith hasn't eaten, she's hungry, and he's like, she'll be all right. She'll be all right. She'll be all right. Everything's gonna be okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving on. And Daryl's looking at Rick like, okay, I'm about to go out for a run. I can't be around this this happy shit. It's like Rick is like the Ned Flanders of the group now. And I just had to stop and say something about this because it's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know what's about to happen. I really want to know. Y'all see this look Michonne done gave Sasha? Michonne is the head female in charge, okay? Now, there's a lot of rifts going on in the relationships within this team. It's like 11 or 12 of them. I tried counting because it was so dramatic watching this group of people that we love and hold so dear to our hearts, right? They are dead, like the zombies. That one viewpoint where they're walking in front of the zombies is like a mile behind them or a mile and a half behind them or whatever, some feet behind them. And they're literally walking like the zombies. Emotionless, slow. It's like, what the hell is going on with the teen prison here? And so, you know, Carl, with his grown ass, Carl look like he's 16, 17 now. Okay, now I don't want to see any more situations where he's getting molested and can't defend himself, or he's falling over because he can't lift up a machete because his arm is puny. The boy is big now, and he's sitting there. He gives Maggie a jewelry box with a broken ballerina. The ballerina is not moving because it's broken, so she can't hear the music. And, you know, she thanks him and she's walking slow. And then Gabriel comes back poking at her, talking about, you know, yeah, you know, back in the day, hair shirts. And I'm like, what does this have to do with the present? And Maggie's like, yeah, I know about hair shirts. My father was religious and I used to be, but I'm not no more. And, you know, he's like, you know, well, we can talk about that, you know, because we could talk about your father if you ever want to talk about your father and Beth. She's like, shut up. Stop. I don't want to hear about you talking about Beth and my father. You don't even know them. And then she catches a case. And she's like, look, I don't have anything to say to you. You had a job. And you didn't do your job. People were looking for you and you hid. So you don't have nothing to tell me. Okay? And don't act like that didn't happen. So she walks off and Gabriel's like, chick, I'm about to slap you. You try to come for me? And then Sasha turns and she's like, I think we can take them. I think we can take them. Michonne's like, girl, see, that's what was wrong with your brother. She said, your brother was dumb. Mm-hmm, dumb. And then Sasha's like, no, me and my brother are two completely different people. We're different, completely different. Michonne gives her this look like, girl, if you don't turn your little happy ass back to the group and keep walking. And then the look that Michonne gives Sasha when Sasha walks off, I had to come, it was hilarious. It wasn't funny, but it was funny. It was hilarious. Michonne ain't playing. Michonne is not playing. So, I'm about to get a little annoyed because I think Sasha is trying my girl Michonne. Now, I know she's tired. I know she's hungry. I know her vagina stinks. I know up under her titty she got crushed because she ain't take a shower in like 8 years. But that does not give her the right. Oh, and Tyreese died. But that does not give her the right to turn against the crew. Okay? Everyone is very weak. Okay? And they don't want to exhaust or waste any energy on this small group of zombies that's been following them. So they come up with a plan to throw the zombies overboard where the bridge is. And Sasha wants to release some tension and start stabbing zombies. Now she almost stabs Michonne. She slices up Orange Hair's Abraham's arm after slicing the neck off of a zombie. So I'm like, okay, his arm gotta be something, gotta be affected up in there because he got cut. I saw the cut. And then Michonne says, look, little girl, and pushes Sasha to the ground. Now Sasha ain't a pushover, but she ain't Michonne. So I ain't worried. I ain't even scared. But Sasha get up like she about to do something. And Michonne like, what you trying to do now? What you... Sasha gave her this look like, you really pushed me on the ground? And you really think I'm a grown woman? You think I'm about to listen to you? Michonne? Sasha, you don't want it though. Sasha, you don't want it. Sasha, you don't want it, Sasha. Don't even do it to yourself, Sasha. Get yourself together. You know what I'm thinking they should do? Never mind, they can't do that. That's nasty. But get yourself together and just stop it, okay? I don't want the team to have friction amongst each other. I mean, it's realistic, but still, that's just terrible. The females need to stay together. Everybody needs to stick together. But Sasha, you don't want it with Michonne. You don't. Sorry. So, Gabriel is losing his faith. Sasha is becoming even more wicked when she completely tells Noah that he's gonna die and he needs to stop thinking about the whole situation and just eat dog. I don't know. I'm really not feeling this episode. Like, something needs to happen. They need to catch a fucking break. I'm tired. You know what? The Walking Dead. Now, I know every episode cannot be completely action-packed. I get that. But it's starting to become a bit much. It's starting to be the same thing. Like, I don't know. Can we get a new breed of zombie? I was kind of hoping that the dogs that came out were going to be zombie dogs or something. I need something different to go on or to happen in this series because it's just, it's draining. And then you have orange hair is sitting here drinking booze. That's not going to make the situation remotely better. Alcohol with no food, no substance, no kind of hydration in your system. They're going to have to murk him soon. But I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I'm very annoyed by this episode. And I'm still watching, so let me get back to watching it. Interesting thought. Sasha does not think that she's amongst friends. Wow. And Abraham thinks about it for a second, and then he kind of agrees. Abraham offers Sasha alcohol. She says that's just going to make it worse. Abraham is like, no, not really. You are what's going to make this whole situation worse. He says you need to be chill. You're amongst friends. We're not friends. Wow. 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 That was, that was a powerful moment. Okay? And what about Maggie? Not that I really care about her that much, but Maggie's going through a lot, okay? No problem. She's going through a lot. She finally explains why, for all this time, she never thought of searching for Beth, because she just automatically thought that because her father was dead, that Beth was dead. So I don't know why. Maybe like her father and the thought of Beth kind of like washed out because she had to get over her father, and the only one that she could really hope for it was still alive would be Glenn. That's why she kept looking for Glenn. She didn't hear anything about Glenn. And so when she found out about Beth, and to see her like that, now she's just like, how do I continue going on? All this time, I was looking for you when she was alive, and now she's dead. And Maggie starts contemplating suicide aloud, talking to her husband. And Glenn's like, no, here, drink some water. When did the water come into the equation? Because I could have swore they didn't have any water. I guess they got water after they went through the cars. I don't know, but I could have swore they said that Abraham only found booze and there was no water. But Glenn is the only one with a bottle of water. I couldn't wrap my head around that part. And then we get to the part where Daryl is inflicting pain on himself to deal with the pain. And then he starts to break down and have a crying moment. This episode is the episode of character development. It's the episode of character understanding. Okay? And I don't know about y'all, but you know what? If we're going through all of this, I want to know what Carl how Carl is feeling. Carl is too happy-go-lucky, happy-joy for me. What do y'all think? So we finally get a great understanding as to the reason why the show is called The Walking Dead, based on Rick's explanation of how he feels that they are or could be categorized. And there are a lot of powerful moments in this particular episode. Not the best episode ever, okay? But they have to get these kind of episodes out of the way so that we can get to the nitty-gritty. But definitely in understanding the characters, you get to become more, you get closer to them, your bond gets stronger. Out of this, I mean, with this episode, I still care for Rick, I care for Daryl, Carol, Carl. I still don't really care too much for Maggie. I really don't. I'm starting to gravitate to Glenn a bit more now, and I still can't catch a case for the orange hair crew. I'm not gonna ask Dodd with them. I can't. I can't. But I don't know. Like, I hate seeing my team like this. I really do. And why wouldn't they drink the damn water? Obviously, who left the note is a friend. It wasn't a zombie that wrote that. And then I'm thinking to myself, why would a person leave poison in gallons of water and bottles of water just sitting on the road with a note? Why? Why would a person do that? What would a person gain from poisoning people? Well, I guess the supplies that they have, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I would have drank the water. But I was kind of feeling the symbolism at the fact that if it's because they didn't drink the water, God made it rain on them. Because it was clear skies before. And now all of a sudden, Abraham knocks the water out of Eugene's hand because, Eugene's willing to sacrifice himself to drink the water, like he was really going to die that quickly if it was indeed poisonous, whatever. It was a bit far-fetched for me. And then all of a sudden the rain pours down. But it's not just a regular rainstorm where they can take a bath and clean their gonads. It's a torrential thunderstorm out of nowhere. And, because Daryl finds the barn, he's like, there's a barn, we can go to the barn. And so they go into the barn, and that's when they have this great conversation about The Walking Dead. Something needs to happen in this damn thing. I want to see the person that left the note. Now, if you're the religious type, this episode was all for you. There was so much symbolism in this particular episode. And we close this episode off meeting Aaron. Who the hell is Aaron? I don't know. I don't read the comics. I don't want y'all to tell me in the comments. Don't tell me because I don't want to know. I want to learn. But obviously, it's someone who knows who he's dealing with. He knows about Rick. How? Who the hell is Aaron? Is Aaron one of the cannibals that just so happened to make his way through just like this group? Is he the one that left the note for the water? Like who the hell is Aaron? That's what I want to know. But, I like the fact that Maggie and Sasha kind of like buddied up because Maggie lost Beth. Maggie lost Herschel and Beth. Sasha lost Bob and Tyreese. So they both lost two people that are very, very important to them. So they have a lot in common. They need to definitely be that ebony and ivory to go bucking on mugs. But you know what? All fatigue and tiredness aside, when Aaron said, "Ho, how you doing?" They had the guns up ready to pop him in the head. They plays no games. But it was funny how, Daryl said, I fixed the little jewelry box. And, the jewelry box started playing once Aaron said, "Where's Rick? I want to see Rick." Well, what's about to happen? They all survived in the torrential rainstorm besides the zombies. Another symbolic type of religious type of thing going on. Everywhere surrounding them, the trees and everything were derooted and uprooted, and the house was still intact. The cabin was still intact. What? I don't know about all that. I hope I wasn't the only one feeling some sort of way when Carl left Judith down on the ground and they went to go barricade the door. I don't know. This episode was very dry. Not a lot happening, but there were some great moments, like I said, in character development and character understanding. But let's see what you guys had to say about the other episode. Prince Kari says, "In my opinion, Beth was the cause of her own death, not my boy Tyreese. If Beth's dumbass didn't stab the cop, then everything would have went fine. Chris would have stayed his ass at the hospital, and Tyreese wouldn't have died looking for his family. This is why everybody hates Chris." Cheryl says, "How did the other twin get out of the bathroom?" That's a good question. Tiffany Rakima says, "I was rooting for Tyrese's moral compass ass to die, but damn, I wasn't expecting him to die on the first episode. And the way that he did, Sasha about to go into a dark place now since She just lost Bob and Ty within days of each other. True, but Sasha is not alone in this particular situation. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany Rakima, she's not alone. She got Maggie. So they could both go guns a-blazing up against Aaron. And in the preview, who is Rick talking about they're coming for us? Who's coming for them? That's what I want to know. It has to be somebody from the governor's camp or somebody from the cannibals camp, because I can't think of anybody else. Sarah Jew says Bob was going to die either way because he was bitten by that zombie in the food bank. Not so much Tyrese's fault he died. You know what? Y'all are right. Y'all are right. I kind of went on a tirade over Tyreese and how it's all his fault. But no, y'all are right. It's not his fault. It really isn't. Y'all are so right. Analytical W says, Wes, this review right here was spot on. Do you read the Walking Dead comic books? Both the comics and the TV show are really good. And I do not read the comic books for the simple fact of the matter is I just don't. I want to be completely shocked and surprised. Like in Naruto. I watch Naruto. I don't know if you guys watch Naruto, but there's the manga, which is the comic book. And the manga is like 500 episodes past the actual show. But I like to watch the show. I want to be completely surprised by watching the visuals. And I hate reading. So reading to me is boring. It's like driving. Driving to me is boring and reading to me is boring. So yeah, I'm one of those types. Brandon Leno says, honestly, when Tyreese was just staring at the twins' picture, maybe then he realized he is Noah's dad. He got all emotional, and the fact that he asked Noah about his dad, Tyreese was looking like he wanted to cry. I don't know about that, Brandon Leno. I don't recall them saying that Tyreese was the father, and I don't remember there being any kind of about him being the father. Because if he was, like, Noah was not that, it had like 5 years or 6 or 7 years did not lapse for Noah as far as how long he was away from his father. So Tyreese would have recognized Noah if, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, huh? How was Tyreese the father? What are y'all talking about? And when does Sasha not know about who else is in the family? Like, what? What are y'all talking about? It wasn't like, it's not like Tyreese is adopted and what? Like, well, I don't know where y'all was coming from with all of that. But anyways, I cannot wait to see next week's episode because it looks like the action is going to pick back up. I'm glad we have a new character, Aaron. Aaron looks very clean. Okay? Looks like he has access to running water and has been taking showers every day and using soap for that matter. So what the hell does Aaron have going on? That's what I want to know. I need you guys to leave your comments below. Definitely tweet this to the cast. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to A Connection TV. Deuces.
Yo, that's my word. Man, how many mics does it take to get the center of the top? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy out here, you know what I mean? Yo, BX.